Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about my TBR for the Dewey's 24-hour readathon. If you don't know what Dewey's is, I will put the link below so you can go check out the page and see more information about it. Basically, it is a readathon where everybody starts reading at the same time around the world. So your start time is different depending on where you are in the world, but the goal is for everybody to be reading at the same time for 24 hours. Now, I never make it 24 hours. I'm lucky to have a start time that's at like 8 a.m. I believe, so I can start reading with everybody else, but I rarely make it 24 hours because I end up being just tired or things come up. And so I am making it this year my goal to read at least 12 hours, which is, I think, a really good goal for me. We'll see how that goes. I will be vlogging because since it's a one-day thing, it gives me an opportunity to vlog without it being super long. But yeah, let's get into my TBR. Now, I will say I'm being rather ambitious with this, but not because I think I'm going to read all of these, because trust me, I do not think I'm going to read all of these, but mostly because I want to have options. And so I pulled out the books that were kind of shorter or would probably be things I could read quickly so that I can read down my TBR and sort of get some of these off of my shelf. But also these are things I want to read. So, well, yeah, here we go. The first one is Everything Everything by Nicola Yoon. I've heard a ton of great things about this, and it is a relatively short book with a lot of dialogue and like little things kind of interspersed, like IM conversations and emails and things like that. So I think this will read really fast, and I've heard great things about it, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. Next, I have Wolf in White Van, which, holy crap, that cover is hard on the eyes. This is a really, really short book, and again, it's got pretty good size font, and it looks like something that will read rather quickly. This I have heard about on a couple of people's channels. I think I first heard about it on Reagan from Prue's Project's channel, and it sounds like something a lot of people have liked. And I've also heard if you like Ready Player One that this would be something that you would enjoy, so I'm looking forward to getting to this one, and it's short, so definitely readathon material. The next one has become a readathon staple, and that is an Animorph Spook. This is the 5th one in the Animorph series and the first one narrated by Marco. And I know one of the things that's coming in this book, and I kind of remember how they got there, but I'm looking forward to it because it sort of throws a twist into the story, and that's exciting. So I can almost guarantee I will be finishing this one because these are really short, and once I start reading them, I read like 50 or 60 pages at a time, and they're only like 150 pages, so I'm pretty sure I will end up reading this in one sitting in my hammock. Then I have 2 graphic novels that I picked up from the library. The first one is Mouse Volume 1, and this is basically a Holocaust story told from the perspective of mice, and the Nazis are cats. And I have heard nothing but fantastic things about this, and this is right up my alley. I love things set during the Second World War, and I'm just fascinated by them, and so this is something I've been wanting to read for a while. I was kind of disappointed that my library only had the first volume and not the second one, so if I like this, I'm gonna have to hunt down the second volume to continue it. But that's the first graphic novel. The second one, oh my goodness, why can't I speak, is Rat Queens Volume 1. I tweeted, tell me your favorite graphic novels, and this was one of the ones that somebody very emphatically told me that they liked, and so I decided to pick this one up from the library as well. I don't know a lot about it, and we'll see. The art style's not really up my alley all that much, but who knows, I may end up loving it. And then I did pick up one more graphic novel, but I don't have a physical copy because it is on my iPad through Hoopla, through my library. And I finished Giant Days Volume 1 during the week and absolutely loved it. And so I downloaded the individual issues that my library has that make up Volume 2. And so I'm definitely going to be reading that during the readathon because I am kind of obsessed with Giant Days, and now I want to go out and buy the actual physical copies. So that is the other graphic novel I have in mind. And then I've got 2 books that I'm in the middle of. The first one is a short story collection called Fall of Poppies, and this is 9 different authors in the historical fiction genre who wrote stories about the First World War. And I have read the first 2 in this and really enjoyed them, so I am looking forward to reading the rest of them during the readathon because I think short stories are great because you can dip in and dip out of this book without like losing the train of a book, because since they're short stories, they're only, you know, maybe 40 pages, and it ends up being a really good sort of thing to break up other books with, so this one, good. And then the other book that I am currently in the middle of is Collected Poems of Emily Dickinson, and I am about halfway through this, and I also think this would be a good one to dip in and out of to sort of break up other books and other things that I'm reading, and definitely something I can read a couple of quick and move on to something else. And the last two are sort of my wild card ones. They're books I have on my shelf that I kind of remember what they're about, but they are short or they have big print, and so I think they'll be great for this. First one is An Island of Our Own, and this sounds like it's kind of short story-esque, but they're all tied together. And it sounds like it's stories of a brother and sister's childhood, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but it definitely is short, and the margins are huge, the pages, you know, the font is pretty big, so this is something that interests me to maybe pick up. And then the last one is The Two of Us, which is a love story, and it has giant print and big margins, and I've had this on my shelf for a while. I believe I got it in a swap or something like that. But I am interested to get to this one, and again, I think that it would read really quickly. It's got a lot of dialogue, and usually I read books with dialogue really fast. So this is definitely one of my wild card maybe pickups. So yeah, those are the books that I have in my TBR stack of possibilities for the readathon. Like I said, won't be finishing all of those. I don't read that quickly, but I wanted to have some options, and I thought it would be great to pick out some things off my shelf that I have just been passing over, but that are on the shorter side, because shorter books are definitely better for Dewey's 24-hour readathon. So yes, I would love to know if you are participating. Let me know in the comments below, and I will go check out your Instagram picture, your Facebook picture, your video, whatever. I would love to see what you are doing, and I would love to chat on Voxer too. I have really enjoyed doing that with Stephanie, and I know that we're gonna do that again for Dewey's, and I just really like hearing from another person that's participating in the readathon. And yes, so if you want to chat on Voxer, let me know. I definitely am up for that. And yeah, I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, and happy reading for Dewey's.